Meta isn't showing your ads to broke people by accident. You train it to, and you probably don't even realize you did it. And I know that because I spend $5 to $7 million a month on Meta ads, and I scaled a premium brand from $1 million to $500 million a year doing it. So I can tell you the algorithm only goes after buyers you teach it to find. So today I'm showing you exactly how to retrain Meta to hunt down rich, high intent buyers in 2026. So your premium products stop pulling in people who are never going to spend real money anyway. Because if you keep running ads the old way, Meta keeps optimizing towards the cheapest, most easiest sale. So it will keep eating away at your margin no matter what you do. Let's get into it. Before you touch a single new creative or worry about AI ads taking over your niche, you have to understand one thing about how Meta really works in 2026. It is a bloodhound. It goes and finds whatever you point at it. And right now, most premium luxury brands are pointing it at the cheapest buyer they have. So if you're a luxury brand, you probably have a lot of different categories of products. You might have tees, you might have hoodies, or if you're a jewelry brand, you might have bracelets and necklaces and rings, earrings, right? You also might have accessories like cufflinks, like one of my jewelry clients has. So you have all these different levels of products that are all different prices. Some could be only $100, others could be $30,000, $50,000 for the jewelry people. Or for apparel brands, say you're Louis Vuitton, you have the $500 card holder, but you also have the $5,000, the $10,000 products, right? So those are completely different buyers. The card holder guy and the guy buying a full new $50,000 wardrobe are completely different people. So you need to treat them differently, and you need to train the algorithm on the right person. If you want to get that luxury, high spending buyer, then you have to train the algorithm on that high spending buyer for your brand. Meta is built to look at everything it's allowed to sell and try to find the easiest person to convert. And the easiest person to convert typically buys the cheapest stuff. So you launch a prospecting campaign hoping for high AOV buyers, and Meta just funnels your budget towards the $30 product because that's the easy yes. Then you wonder why your average order value keeps plummeting and your best products are barely bringing in any sales. Have you ever gone in and checked which products Meta is spending most of your budget on? If you haven't, here's the fix, and it's the most boring, unsexy thing in the whole video, but it changes everything. So here's what you're gonna do. You're either gonna go into Shopify or go into your commerce manager in Meta, and you're gonna pull all your lowest price products. For example, my client who is a luxury jewelry brand, we basically excluded products that anything that was under $500 we excluded from our product catalog. So that's what you have to determine for yourself. Which products or what price point do you want to be the lowest? Then you exclude everything from your catalog. You can do this again in Shopify, and I'll show you how to do it right here. So here's how you go into Shopify and can exclude products from your Meta catalog. So you just go into products, just click active, and really you just go to publishing over here, and you just turn off Facebook and Instagram. Even if you're on TikTok, Google, whatever, you can just turn them off on all of these, and then so this automatically makes your product not available on the catalog. Very similarly on the Meta side, you're gonna go to your catalog, you're gonna go to your products, and say you wanted to filter any products that were 200, let's just say $100 and under, and then you would go in here and you click hide the selected products so people can't see them, and that will allow you can also just delete them as well. The only thing is, depending on your settings, if your Shopify auto updates into your catalog, it sometimes gets overridden. So the best way to remove products from your Meta catalog is actually to do this in Shopify, because you have the ultimate control in here. So these are the two ways you can do that. So this is how you only feature your premium products, your only highest priced products that you want in your catalog by excluding on Shopify or excluding the commerce manager. And this helps everything, helps your signals. Meta will start only going after these people because naturally you're not showing cheap products anymore. And you might be like, Mason, I still wanna sell my low price products. That is okay. You can keep them on your website, of course, but also you can push them on your email and your SMS where you're not spending ad dollars. We only wanna spend ad dollars on the highest priced products because that's where you're gonna get the biggest return and where the algorithm is gonna learn the most and get you the highest value buyers, which is again, how your business is going to grow and be the most valuable over the long term, not these small value buyers. So as a luxury brand, the goal is simple. Every single conversion signal you send Meta should point to a high ticket product. But fixing what you sell is only the half of it, because even with a clean catalog, the way you're talking in your ads could still be attracting the wrong person. person. Honestly, ask yourself, when's the last time you saw a luxury designer ad or a Rolex ad that had a discount code on it? Probably never. You didn't, and there's a reason for that. Think about most of your ads right now. They probably have some sort of offer, a sale percentage off, or limited time discount, limited time offer. This is a magnet for bargain hunters, for Karens, and for broke people who you don't want to buy from your premium brand. This type of creative and messaging is pushing the right buyers away and bringing the wrong buyers in. Rich people don't care about discounts. They don't get out of bed for 20% off. They buy the outcome, they buy the status, the quality, and the way that thing makes them feel, the way that jewelry, the way that product, the way whatever it is, that's what they want. They want that feeling. They want that exclusivity. They don't care about the discount. So when you lead with price, you're literally telling Meta that you want the guy who's hunting for promotions to click. So flip the entire thing. Stop creating ads with price cuts and promos and lead with the transformation, the craftsmanship, the experience, the exclusivity, the aesthetic. If you sell luxury apparel or jewelry, sell the aesthetic and the social identity that they're buying into. Talk about and allude to who they become after they buy your product, not how much they save. Don't even mention that. The message itself becomes the filter, qualifies the buyer before they ever cost you a click. It attracts people with real intention to own your product and not just people who are looking for a good deal. Now, fixing your catalog and messaging already cleans up who's walking through the door. There's a reason your ad account might fight you on this still, and it has nothing to do with what you sell or what you say. The reason is that your ad account is already trained on bad data. Months, sometimes years of bad buyer data is embedded in it, and untraining that yourself while you're also running your entire business is exactly where most founders and brand owners stall. And that's what I do for people. I build founders a custom 6-month growth plan with the same ad account structure, creative strategy, and signal training I use to spend millions of dollars a month profitably on meta ads. And the best part is I guarantee that we will either double your revenue or hit your revenue goal profitably in 6 months, or we will work with you for free until we do. That's how confident I am in all my systems and my team. I want to talk to you about one of my mentorship graduates, Vita Prima. They're the latest case study on my channel. They came in at $7K a month, had no system for scaling their brand, and they now are doing $250,000 a month 9 months later. And in no time, they're literally going to be at $1 million a month. And I'm not even kidding you. They will hit $1 million a month this year, all because of the system we installed inside their brand and the guidance that we gave them. So if you're a brand who's stuck right now, or you're at a ceiling, or just confused, or you don't have a system for winning consistently with your meta ads, click the link in the description, the first link, and apply to my program, Meta Ads at Scale. But even after you fix your products and your messaging, your ad account still remembers every cheap buyer it's ever found you. That is the real problem, and that's exactly what we fix next. You've probably already taught Meta to go after the wrong people without even realizing it, and that's the real reason new creatives don't produce any results. Meta has been working off the wrong data about who your customer truly is. Pixel is full of cheap buyer data, and Meta uses that history as its map of who to go find. Essentially, if you have 100 purchases from cheap buyers and only 10 purchases from high value buyers, that's 90 more purchases of cheap buyers, right? So you're gonna have to get at least 90 more high value purchases to offset all that data, right? All that bad cheap buyer data. And so that's what I'm gonna teach you how to do. So the situation is you could run the most beautiful premium ad in the world, but Meta still might hand it to the bargain crowd because that's who it still thinks your customer is because of all the data it has in your ad account of that bargain buyer. So what we have to do on a foundational level is retrain the Meta algorithm on who your customer really is, the customer you actually want to go after. And here's how we're gonna do it. So you're gonna go into Klaviyo and we're going to create a high value customers segment. So depending on your brand, high value customers will be people who have spent the most amount of money with you. For this specific brand, I created one with people who have spent over $1,000. But what's super important, this audience has to match to at least 100 people within Klaviyo. So then we can make a lookalike on it in Meta. What you're actually gonna do is click create new segment, but I'm just gonna go in here and go to the definition just so you can see quickly how to do it. So one, you can name it whatever you want, VIP, high value customers. Then you're gonna choose what someone has done or not done, and make sure to choose ordered product value. And then you're gonna put greater than whatever number. So we put 1,000. And so we match to 867 segment profiles. And so this is almost a guarantee that this will match to at least 100 people on Meta. Typically, there's probably like a 30 to 50% match rate. So we'll probably match to these profiles to maybe 400 Meta profiles. And that is enough to create a lookalike, and that is what we are trying to do. So you got to port this into Meta as well. So let's go to settings, integrations. So we're going to add a connection. We're going to name it high value customers, which you'll see here. And we're going to also name that, here, high value customers. I like to just name them the same thing just so there's congruency. So now this will show up in Meta, which I will show you right now. We're gonna go to audiences and we will go to, and you'll see, boom, we have high value customers in here. Again, it hasn't fully populated yet, but essentially what you would do at this point would, once it does finish populating, you're gonna hit create lookalike. Then I recommend creating a 3% lookalike. That's kind of the sweet spot that I like to do. And just make sure you click the right audience as well. So other sources, high value customers, boom. And we would create a high value customer 3% lookalike. I really like 3% because it's 1% is typically too small. 3% is small enough, but also big enough where you can get some longevity out of it. So that's what I would do. Boom, hit click create audience. And here's what ads you're gonna wanna run to this lookalike. You're gonna wanna run your proven evergreen winning ads to train the algorithm on your ideal customer profile who is a premium luxury customer. You're also going to run DPAs or dynamic product ads to this lookalike audience as well. And this is how you retrain Meta on your actual customer that you want them to go after. I ran this exact process on a luxury jewelry brand, one of my clients who I've had for multiple years. They were in this position when I took them on. They had trained the algorithm on cheap buyers and I had to retrain the algorithm, and they literally did this exact thing step by step. We were able to recalibrate their ad account in about 30 days and get them to the best ROAS they had ever had in their ad account. Getting Meta to find the right people is one thing, but getting them to not slip away is another thing. So Meta finally starts putting your ads in front of the right people, but these are luxury products. A bunch of people might look, get distracted, then leave, and they need to be brought back, but you're not bringing them back with anything. You spent a lot of time retraining the algorithm and then you let them walk out the door and you're not getting them to come back. So here's how you do this. We gotta do some retargeting. What's super important about retargeting and why it's so important for luxury and premium products is that the consideration period could be much longer, right? For luxury products, people might be comparing, looking at different brands, right? So you have to plan for that and you have to make sure that you hit them up multiple times. So the easiest way to do this is launch a dynamic product ads retargeting campaign to bring back these high intent visitors who already looked. You're also gonna run your evergreen retargeting using your proven creatives as well. Your best winning ads, you can also run them on retargeting, especially winning ads that you've paused that haven't been running a while. You can throw them into retargeting and these absolutely crush. And the audience we're gonna go after is we're going to added carts, initiate checkouts, even searches, your email list and your customer list. And you can even test out website visitors 180 days, depending on how you want to divvy it up. But again, you got to do retargeting for your luxury and premium brand because most of the time people aren't going to buy right away. And every premium conversion you close here feeds straight back and reinforces the exact customer profile you want the Meta ads algorithm to chase. Now your account is finding the right buyers and converting them, but Meta still wants to maximize your sales instead of profits. Optimizing for purchases just tells Meta to get you the most orders it can, not the most valuable one. So even with everything else fixed, it still drifts towards whoever's the cheapest to convert, which might be people who are still buying the lower priced products. Even though it's a $500 product, but your AOV is $2,500, it still brings down that AOV. So how do you get Meta to go after even more high value customers? That's what I'm about to show you. So let's break this down a bit further. A purchase is just a purchase to Meta. A $40 order and a $2,000 order looks identical to their system when you're optimizing for conversions, with just optimizing for purchases. You're saying, hey Meta, find me a purchase. I don't care what they buy, just find me a purchase. So it does the logical thing and chases volume because that's what you told it to do, which again, we already excluded the lower priced products. We're only advertising most of the higher priced products. But again, Meta is still searching for the highest volume of cheap conversion. So we've cleaned up the ad account, but we're still telling it to count purchases instead of counting value of dollars, value of the bag being spent. So once your account is retrained, you have to change what you're asking Meta to optimize for manually. So this is super easy to do. We're going to create a value optimization campaign. So here's how you do it. Still a sales campaign. So instead of maximizing for conversions, this is what typically is a sales campaign. You're going to maximize for value of conversions right here. So super important. So this will make all the difference in the long run to make sure Meta is still finding you the highest value customers. Now, I don't recommend you just completely abandon your conversion campaigns. I recommend running both, because that's how you're gonna maximize the most profits and the most revenue in the long run and allow you to keep scaling. Now that you have all this dialed in, you've un-effed your ad account, now you can finally go broad confidently. Broad targeting probably burned you in the past because of your ad account data, the setup you had before that obviously was getting you these low quality buyers. We've all been there. You open it up, you watch your ROAS down. So because of all the issues we talked about earlier, Broad has probably burned some of your cash before. We've all been it. You open up your ad account, you watch your ROAS go down, watch your user quality plummet. But really, that wasn't Meta's problem. That was what you trained it on, right? So that jewelry client I talked about, when I initially came on, I thought I could just run ads normally. And then I realized they had a conversion problem, a data problem, they had a product catalog problem, but I tried to just go broad in the beginning. I was like, I thought I could just run it like a normal ad account, but that wasn't the case. But once you have a cleaned up account, your product catalog is dialed, your messaging is dialed, you've retrained it with a high value lookalike, you're running value optimization. Now Broad isn't a gamble, it's the most powerful tool you have, and it will allow you to scale to new heights because Meta finally knows who you're looking for. So here's how I recommend you go broad and scale now moving forward. You're gonna wanna make an ABO testing campaign, an Advantage Plus testing campaign with ad set budgets and running straight up broad audiences, and giving Meta as much flexibility as possible. Your improved ad account history is now going to allow Meta to find these affluent buyers even within broad audiences. Later, you can also layer in wealth adjacent interest audiences, things like country club interests or wealth management interests. But I would use these interests as supplemental campaigns and audiences, not as your core strategy. And that wraps it up, folks. That is how to un-F your ad account and reach premium luxury buyers in 2026 with Meta ads. So now you know why your ads were attracting the wrong people this entire time. It was never your product or your creatives. It was what Meta was learning and where it was coming from. So clean up what you sell, change how you talk, retrain it with your best buyers, lock those buyers in, flip it to chase value, and then scale it wide and deep. Do that and Meta's gonna stop dragging you towards the cheapest buyers and start bringing you buyers who make your brand profitable so you can scale to the highest heights you've ever been to. And if you want me inside your ad account building this exact system with you, the application link to my mentorship is sitting at the link in the description. I'll see you there. Thanks for watching. Follow for more.